Could you get impressed by our passion?
Absolutely.
Good.
Hugely.
They've not changed. Stars of the Royal. From day one to the show's final episode 8 years later, join us now, Amy Robbins, alongside her on-screen and off-screen real-life husband, Robert Daws. Lovely to see you both.
And you.
I was just saying, while we were on the break, that yesterday was the perfect day to sit down and enjoy the Royal. It was warm, it was cosy, the weather's rubbish outside. There's that sort of nostalgic feeling, but even watching it now, that just makes you feel relaxed and like you're somewhere very warm and comfortable.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it has that effect on people. And nostalgia is you know, it's a wonderful thing, you know, certainly on a sort of an autumn afternoon, as you say. But what is interesting, we're finding, is that our children have started watching it. And, of course, to have experienced real nostalgia, you should have actually lived
Been there first time out.
But they're enjoying it for other reasons. So, yeah, well,
they were traumatised first time when they were little and it was first out and we were first making it. They couldn't watch it because they used to sob when they heard the theme tune.
No,
because they thought they were going to see a pair of scissors sticking out their dad's chest. Me dangling out
Because of all the drama that was involved.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't like it. They
No,
thought we were in mortal danger.
That's amazing. They were so cute.
But you'd sometimes take them to set, though, because obviously you met on set.
We did. Betsy, our elder daughter, Betsy, hello, if you're watching this, was in it. She played... they employed her. We've still got the cheque they gave her wage cheque. Yeah. She got about 40 quid. She played the daughter.
So how old was she at the time?
She was about 1, I think, and she played Frankie, the ambulance man's daughter. So Scott, our lovely friend.
And May, her sister, and Ben were in it, just as supporting artists in the back. So they were, when they're hanging around the location, they were sort of
full family affair.
Yeah, strong-armed onto the set.
But how nice was it to have each other on the set as well? Because sometimes sets can be very stressful. Sometimes, you know, to have each other must have been really lovely.
I always used to liken. I used to say that I don't know about you. This might make me sound a bit odd, but I remember when I was little and I used to go to school and I used to have a fear of being separated from my mum. So my dream was to have mum I used to pray to God that mum could be a dinner lady so that I could be with her all day. And it was a similar sort of feeling. It was like taking home with you. I never felt that sort of anxiety.
Robert's always been like your dinner lady.
Yeah, you're like,
Make
in
a
many
good
ways.
sandwich. That's a no hot
Exactly, not the scoop and match.
Lovely, though. So what came first, then? The on-screen or the off-screen? Which relationship? Or did one bloom out of the other?
The off-screen.
The off-screen came first?
Yes, it came first. And strangely enough... strangely enough, Amy's mum and dad were at both the on-screen and off-screen weddings because they were obviously at the real one.
Yes.
But they were also supporting artists in the
Are
church
they really?
on the one on the Royal.
I think they wrote in the story that we were a couple because we had married in real life. Yeah. I don't know that Ormerod and Wetherill would have got together otherwise.
Oh, look, this is the on-screen.
Here we go.
Oh, yes.
There's always something, isn't there?
We're assuming the off-screen wedding went a little bit smoother than this one.
Just about.
But there's also something lovely about watching it and going back to that era, the 60s. And what they do so well on the show, because I did the same thing as you, where I started watching yesterday and went down this rabbit hole and couldn't start. But it's like the cups are all 1960s, and then you've got like
the detail.
And the music and the cars, the costumes.
Every bathroom is avocado.
Don't you miss the avocado?
No, don't you just. But it was the research on it was wonderful. Yeah. You know, it really was the detail, and that actually carried over to the medical research as well, because we were sort of in the hands of terrific people who had actually been consultants and doctors in that period. So they really knew everything about it.
Because it started as that Heartbeat crossover, didn't it? Heartbeat was such a massive success, and that was the police side of things, and then all of a sudden you had this medical crossover. But then I think I'm right in saying that after 2 or 3 series, suddenly that sort of separated because the Royal was standing on its own in its own right.
Yeah, it went off in its own.
It was going in a different direction. I mean, one, of course, was police procedural and in a small town on the moors, and we were in a town by the seaside and in a hospital, a cottage hospital, as was. And it was real life and death, and they realised that they were sort of moving in a different direction to Heartbeat. But we were very grateful for the launch that they gave us.
Yeah,
the medical storylines were really quite hard-hitting after a while. They were very specific, weren't they? Very well researched, and I remember, remember taking them terribly seriously. I used to sort of, you know, I remember being taught by Derek Loxton, who was our main advisor, and he'd been a GP in the 60s.
Yeah.
And do you remember he came in to teach me specifically how to perform a cesarean?
What?
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember with my scalpel sort of very, you know, intricately working through each layer during the operation. I used to think, I've got to do...
When you say working through each layer in the operation, what was that?
Well, I was miming it.
Where were you?
Well, I was miming it. It was on a prosthetic bump. And I used to think, because I wasn't that long out of drama school, really.
Yeah.
I was quite...
Very method.
Because you were quite different in your approaches, weren't you?
Yes. I used to think, well, obviously this is going to reflect in my face how precisely I'm performing this operation. So I'd be fully immersed.
And I wasn't.
No, we'd have the crossword
I have
under
to
the...
say yes. I can remember you told me off once in the middle of an operation. I was stuck on, I don't know, 9 across 12 words, which actually was constipation. But no, I got a harsh talking to. Concentrate,
Well,
please.
you know,
Love that.
bit of effort in.
Well, it's been lovely. Thank you so much for dropping by and just sharing a few
Yeah.
memories as
Really.
well. It's fabulous to see it, like you say, a whole new sort of fan base finding the Royal, and those that have loved it and enjoyed it, being able to watch it all again. Look, there you go. Just such love. Was that the
days.
wedding snap? That was it.
That was in the office before. I think that was even before the first kiss, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you saucy thing.
We had no idea what was to come.
So much hope.
It's the jaw lines I can't get over.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
And you can enjoy all of those series on ITVX now. It's just really, really wonderful.
Lovely.
Lovely to see you both.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.